Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday evening, 8 p.m., and you're listening to the home of Commodore 64 remixes, Slay Radio. Let us spice up your evening with Slaygon's incoherent ramblings.
Anywho Hazel.
And Ziona's pro dance moves to the best selection of remixes, sits, and demo scene tracks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this thing. Slay tuned.
Fiddly-dum.
Good that I switched on the mic, right?
Yeah, I was just about to check, but I thought, fuck it. Even if she didn't switch them on, we're fine. This doesn't matter.
Yeah, anyway, hello everyone and welcome to our Corona show. No. It's almost like, no.
No, it's actually, it doesn't actually, did you hear me say actually?
Yeah, actually, I don't
actually,
know who
it doesn't,
told you that.
Actually.
Actually.
No, my thinking was that it doesn't necessarily need to be related to this current kind of thingy, pandemic. But in general, like if you were to be quarantined, what do you do with your time? How do you spend your time? Like, do you just sit there and stare into a wall? Do you read a book? Do you play your guitar or learn to play a guitar? Or maybe a harmonica? What do you do?
Well, this is what we are going to talk about
yes,
today.
Yes, I know. But
so,
in general, it doesn't need to be connected to the corona thing.
No, it doesn't.
Just
Not
that.
only, obviously, but now that everyone talks about this, we thought that it's a great thing to come up with ideas how you can spend your valuable time in between walls. And, of course, at the first days, it seems like an attractive thing to work from home, for example, but on a long run, some people can go nuts. It depends what type of person you are.
Yeah,
so.
And we both actually tried it for a longer period of time, and it has its merits, and I guess we could talk about those and the downsides as well further down the line here during the evening.
Yeah, and we will. So I guess that's a good topic and a very current one. So we will see how this thing continues. But certainly here in Sweden right now, workplaces start to kind of tell everyone that it's okay to work remotely. It's fine. So most of the workplaces are still okay. They are absolutely functional. I guess mine and yours too. We just start to work remotely whenever we feel that there is something maybe there, but for the others' sake. So fortunately, us are not that, well, we are not that affected, but there are industries that are affected very much so. So we will see how this thing will come and go. Hopefully it will come and go. And then everything
it kind of came already.
Yeah, it already came. So we are waiting for the go part. And a very interesting thing is happening. Tractor has frozen, meanwhile playing the bed. The bed.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And it started again.
But was it still playing it?
Yeah, it started to play it again.
I meant the audio. Was that playing?
I think our audio was okay. It's just the bad music that started to.
The graphic. The question was the audio engine still running? As in, was it still playing the audio, but the visuals, the GUI, was frozen? There's different things.
I barely hear right now the bad music. I think it stopped playing. So
because I cannot hear it at all from here.
Yes, I know, and me neither when I don't have my headphones on. So thanks for asking, but I'm just almost certain that there was no audio, and maybe others can confirm that. You can join us on the usual channels, of course, IRC, Facebook, YouTube, depends on what you prefer. And we will start of the day, evening, with your suggested tune, which is Seven Sins and Armageddon Man, Blow It 2011 version.
I
Okay,
forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot he had that odd rhythm to the guitar thing there. Like he put in the guitar one beat earlier, because just copy pasted it and just thought, fuck it, leave it.
Well, it was your request. You're responsible for that.
Well, I forgot.
Okay. Yeah, I accept that. And LP Chief is asking, are you quarantined because of the coronavirus? Is that because you were infected or because you were ordered to stay home in case? I mean, if you are infected, you will be ill and then it doesn't really matter. You will be sick in bed, right? Well, it's not that simple. The thing is with this thing that it can spread really easily, as you know it. Probably everyone repeatedly told you that already, so we don't want to repeat this, but since it's able to survive in air and on surfaces for like maximum 28 days, I think, practically you can just get it anyhow.
Yeah, I think they narrowed that down to some 9 days or something on hard surfaces and about a day or whatever on softer like cardboard and stuff.
Exactly, and the thing is that at the workplace of Slaygon, wife of his colleague was diagnosed with the virus, and well, he was also kind of in direct contact with the colleague. We don't know because we don't have symptoms yet, so it's it can be really anything. And right now we are just working from home since today, because it's better to wait this thing out, how it manifests, if it does, and then we will see how we feel like after 4 or 5 days.
So working from home today and tomorrow, and then taking the weekend and just see how it all feels and what the situation is, because there might come some new directives from the workplace or whatever. So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Might have exploded by then. The world, I mean. Just
yeah, exactly. So we will see how it goes. Not the health effect is the most dangerous with this, I think. Certainly we have a high chance to survive this, so usually it causes more problems for those that have like weaker immune system or any other problem. But it's rather the effect that it causes in logistics and everything that is a bit bothering. So that part is harder to deal with, and I know that a lot of people
hate hoarding.
Yes, hoarding and exactly, collecting all the things that you can just do. I know that a lot of people hate to talk about this thing already, and they think that everyone is talking about it is just so what a kind of hysteria it causes and all of that. We understand that, but the problem is that you just cannot avoid it. Like there is just no chance.
Every second post on Facebook or whatever is Corona here, this and Corona that.
Yeah, that's one thing, and you might hate that too. But the problem is that, like it or not, you probably won't be able to avoid it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Well, all Professor Zelda wants you to do is wash your hands and everything will be fine.
Yeah, hopefully everything will be fine anyway. Well, even if we have the thing, we will just work remotely. So from our end, there won't be stopping in productivity, I assume. Unless we are really ill and we have like hard breathing and fever and all of that, maybe then. But
maybe
we are not really the types that is kind of easy to knock out to the bed. So hopefully it will stay that way, even if we have this thing. But so far, no symptoms yet. So yeah, we will see how it continues. And we already got some nice tips, by the way. So play with 64 games. It's a nice tip. It's always a great idea, and you can definitely spend hours.
Yeah, I need to hook the 64s up, like the one right next to you. Do we see that somewhere? Yeah, I guess we can see that on this one, maybe. Let's see. Do that and do that. Yeah, there we go. We can actually see it's on the picture now on the overview camera, the Commodore 64 behind you. You need to hook it up. I have a couple of other ones that I need to hook up and see if they actually work, because that is a nice suggestion. I haven't switched those on in a while.
Yeah, it's always very nice. And another thing is Michael Wildhagen is already firing up his Cubase just to spend the time creatively. So he said that he's trying to reconfigure Cubase to the latest studio needs. So quarantine can last till next winter at least.
Yeah, it always takes a shit bunch of time, if you, especially if you're reinstalling. Like technically, I should reinstall the workstation that you're sitting at right now, because it still runs Windows 7, and it's starting to kind of misbehave slightly. So technically, I should reinstall it with Windows 10, because they reworked the whole audio engine in Windows 10 to be lower latency, and they essentially just reworked the whole thing. Yeah, it has benefits, but then again, on the new laptop, I run Windows 10, and it just keeps on doing these weird things in the background that you have no control over, and then all of a sudden you get weird lags. And when we were recording the interview, for instance, it's had this stutter in the audio. Well, so lucky I actually recorded on 2 other devices at the same time.
Yeah, and we will air it soon at some point. So
yeah,
hopefully...
I was going to work on that last weekend, but actually had to do some actual work.
Actual work. Yeah, and that was actually a good tip. So doing backups, actually doing backups and doing a reinstallation of your config is definitely an activity that you can spend entire days with. So this is why, or weeks. This is why I try to avoid updating as long as I can. But then again, it's not always good and not always recommended, so I'm not recommending this to anyone. But
and with Windows 10, it's not even an upgrade for that machine, it's a reinstall. That is the only way to actually go.
Yeah, that's completely horrible, because you never know what won't work after the reinstall. So yeah, I hate that, but never mind. It's an opportunity, and to Lord Evil, yes, our channel requester is not working still, but I registered your request for later, so no worries, it will be played, and we pay attention to IRC, and we pay attention to Facebook mostly, and you pay attention to YouTube. That's on Slaygon's end, I guess.
And Facebook, and on YouTube, Andrew Kroll says, yuck, use Linux. Yeah, I actually would if Cubase ran on it properly.
But he uses Linux too, so
yeah,
no worries.
On most of my other machines, except for the Mac, which runs Mac OS. But the streaming machine runs Linux, and my main workstation for anything non-studio related runs Linux. So yeah, all the servers, etc. Yada yada.
Well, yeah.
I'm multicultural.
You have all the operating systems that you can have. You have also OS X on the other machine. So, yeah, you know everything. And the RPG had a request, not even one. He says, hello, Ziona and Slaygon. I'd love to hear X-Men and Vertigo Green Agent mix. Can you play that for us? Thanks. Yeah, sure. If Tractor won't freeze, because now it freezes again. I'm not able to press the play button.
Now it's unfrozen.
Unfrozen. Now we can go with it.
in the same key and it sounds good. Potato, potato.
X-Man and Vertigo Green Agent mix for LP Chip. Thank you for your request. And Adam Burt said that the best way is to get it and survive. We can't be hiding from the virus forever. Yeah, that is one.
While true, you could say the same thing about a lot of things like measles that several thousand people die of every year, while we still have a fucking vaccine. So the best thing is to actually get a fucking vaccine.
Yeah, if you have a vaccine. For this, you don't have a vaccine
yet. It's
so
to get a vaccine.
Yeah. It's not the problem. I mean, if we have it, we are not panicking either. It's the problem is that we can just spread it around, like to anyone practically who is approaching. And by the way, I have a delivery soon coming. So
yeah, that's an interesting thing because the delivery places like food delivery and package delivery and whatnot, these are stopping the signature requirement. So they don't check your ID or have you write a signature anymore. Because they used to have these digital things you wrote on with your finger.
Right.
So they don't do that anymore. They just dump the food outside the door and leave. If you are actually infected.
Okay, but
and
they don't
notify
know.
And notify
they don't know
and
if you are.
Notify them.
Right. Well, I can track my delivery and I will see if it arrives. It will be kind of fun when they ring the doorbell.
Yeah, it's supposed to arrive.
I'm gonna talk here.
Yeah, it's supposed to arrive now between 8 and 9. So
I'm gonna tell you when it's arriving. It arrives in 16 minutes.
Yeah, so within a half hour.
Well, 16 minutes and half hour is not entirely the same thing, but
within half an hour, I said.
Okay, you can say that. So there are like 4 stops in front of me and then it will be here. I just love this tracking system. I think it's so smooth. It's just really nice. So,
and LP Chip had a bit of a joke that programmers all over the world are adapting their programs in preparation for the coronavirus. They are replacing TCP connections with UDP connections to avoid handshakes. And for those that are not programmers or know networking, basically, is that a TCP connection. When it connects to the endpoint, it's the destination sends a handshake back, so they agree on the parameters for that connection.
And this is how it's called, a handshake.
Yeah, exactly. And UDP, they just throw the data your way, and if someone is there to listen, great. If not, never mind, kind of. So yeah. But yeah, I've seen that meme go around a couple of rounds on Facebook.
It
already.
avoided me yet, so yeah, thank you, LP Chip. And Adam Bart
Oh.
said.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
read that. People will start cooking at home. I feel sorry for the youth.
Well, Slaygon did that today, and
Yeah.
we kind of rarely cook, especially on weekdays. Maybe sometimes it happens on weekends, but we are lazy asses, and for two of us, it's not always like worth to cook, so we just order.
Yeah, and it's different if you work from home as well. You don't have you don't really pass food places. You can just pick something up.
Yeah, true. And yeah, we will see for how long we can pick things up. And I definitely don't meant to kind of predict anything. I think that this will be like coming in a wave and go away. But that's my chain of thought. And we will see how long it will last and how.
Yeah, one of the problems is that it's novel. There is no immunity in the herd. In quotes, the herd being us people, and it basically will affect a whole fucking bunch before it's over. So it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, I assume it will probably the next 2-3 months, and then we will see how far we go. Like at summer, because some people speculate that the worm will kind of have a bad impact on the virus.
There's no evidence for that. It has already affected warm areas. Australia is kind of warm, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, people are buying all the toilet papers there now.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
And they aren't buying it because it's warm, but they are hoarding. Yeah, they are herding their sheep as well, but they are hoarding. Bit annoying, but yeah, that's people for you. But yeah, there's no evidence that heat will make any sort of impact on this thing anyway.
Yeah, then sooner or later all of us will get it, and we will somehow get over it, and hopefully as least as possible people will die from it, because this is the risk, rather, that the weaker immune systems, people with weaker immune systems and elderly folks, they are more for them it can be dangerous. So this is why it actually matters if you get it and you go out to people, and that is the problem.
It's still serious for some healthy people as well. There's some 20% people that need oxygen and whatnot, and they are not only elderly people. It's like my age bracket, 40 to 50, I think it's 0.4% mortality, which is still more than the seasonal influenza, which is 0.1. So it's not like it's nothing. It's still something.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. The opposite of nothing is something, apparently. Well, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So, well, for this matter, let's play a request. Edward said that I hear the virus hit the West Coast not long ago. Yeah, you hear it right. Sounds like the times the Reds came with the East India Company. Well, guess it's time for some appropriate music. DJ Skids and Omega Man Swine Flu edit.
Red Channel. This is a Class 1 emergency. All civilian traffic is barred from streets and highways. Stay in your homes. Stay in your homes. Those found without specific military orders are subject to summary execution. Stay in your homes. Repeat, Red Channel. This is a Class 1 emergency. All civilian traffic is barred from streets and highways.
Los Angeles area. Already hospital facilities have begun to crack under the strain. And civil defense authorities state that the situation is much the same across the entire country. Martial law is now nationwide. The end of technological man? Is this the conclusion of all our yesterdays? The boasts of our fabled science, the superhuman conquests of space and time, the age of the wheel. We were warned of judgment. Well, here it is. Here. Now.
Now. Yes, now. It is now. Ante Hanula says, maybe we're going to have some good time for composing new SID music. And well, yes, it's one of those things that I would need my Commodore 64 for. Commodore 64 for? Commodore 64 for. 4. Hi.
I just came back.
Yes, you did.
I was out there.
But yeah, the kind of spending time on creative stuff like doing new SIDs or like I mentioned earlier, learn to play the guitar or the keyboard or the banjo or whatever it might be.
Definitely. It's an excellent opportunity for anyone to pick up new skills, for instance. So you can read up totally new things. There are a lot of tutorials even on the internet for like practically anything you can imagine.
Yeah, you can read up on how the stock market works because that's an interesting thing.
Don't tell me that, right? Yeah, I'm afraid that this is the time when I have to get involved with this, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, it's like learning firefighting after your house has started to burn.
Yeah, it could be worse, but let's say it's not that great. So yeah, my dad was really great in that, but he had all his time to follow the news and the happenings the entire day, so I guess it helped a lot. So,
yeah, and an understanding of the how all those things work in conjunction and whatever. So the market itself, I mean.
I think it's a very exciting thing to do, but you really have to dedicate time and stay updated. Like this is really a time-sensitive thing, and
exactly.
Yeah,
it's getting the feel for the timing and whatnot based on the information that you have spent a lot of time getting. And I think in general, signing up for things like these stock market tips like on YouTube and mailing lists and whatnot, those are kind of bullshit, because if they know it, then thousands of other people know it. I think your package is here.
It's not entirely here, but nu är vi nära, they say.
Okay.
So they will arrive very soon. That is so cool. I'm just checking out on the map where they are. I just really love this. My God, it's so exciting when you are like...
It's so exciting.
It's not that anywhere else they don't have it, because technically I think my folks also have it. It's just I didn't really order things like this before, and it's always great just to be completely updated and Yeah, that's one thing. You can wait for the packages when you are like isolated. I
Well,
guess
if that's the high kind of point of your your day, then I don't know.
No,
It must
okay,
be a
now-
pretty boring day.
Well, I would say that not everyone would agree with you here. I'm pretty certain Vortega would agree with me on that. So, yes, a package can always make your day, right?
Yeah, sure, but if that is the whole day just waiting for it to arrive,
Of course, it's not the whole day. You are just happy when it arrives and slightly before because tracking. So, yeah.
because that's so.
That's that
Fancy.
expands the period while you are happy. So don't tell anything, and yeah, it will take 6 minutes still. So I'm not going to check this right now. But yes, this is also one thing you can do, and I think it's. I was always wondering about those things, when to pick up like new skills, because there are so many interesting things out there to learn.
Constantly. Continuously.
Yeah, continuously. It's just how you align it with your schedule and how you squeeze it in once you return, for example, from work where you were completely focused the entire day, and then you might want to just sit back, relax, and do nothing, or well. Sometimes you might do some favors and some other stuff actively, and to be honest, it can be also exhausting. So sometimes you just want to sit back, relax, and do nothing. And this is also what you exactly can do while you are isolated.
Yeah,
so
for a little while at least.
For a little while, and then of course you get bored of doing nothing. At least we do. But there are sort of lot of things that you can just pick up as new skills. For instance, I really have to go back to learn Swedish because I think now there will be an excellent opportunity to kind of get something out of this, and I wanted to schedule it into my daily kind of routine. I didn't manage yet, so it needs a bit more diligence than that if you want to schedule properly something.
So the way I go about it is this is different trying to learn a language obviously, but like learning Blender stuff, I usually just have some series going on the TV after work, that is, and then just sit and do stuff in Blender, because why not? It's fun.
I understand you. It's just an active thing that you do. And meanwhile, I'm not really sure how you can pay attention to everything, but I really admire that skill. It's amazing.
Well, it's two different things. Like reading a book and listening to music. You can do that, for instance.
Yeah, that you can do.
And chewing bubble gum and walking. You can do those two things at the same time as well.
While you are reading up some articles, tutorial articles, I'm not entirely sure how much you can pay attention to the series, because I definitely cannot.
The split brain thing going on there.
Good for you. Nah, for me it's completely difficult, and I'm not really sure how to manage that, but never mind. They say that women are better at that. I still don't experience this, but...
Martin Land says, stock market tip, fuck it.
Yeah, unless your family's things are there and you are managing it, then until the point you can fuck it, but that is one of my problems right now. And yeah, I was reacting late, so right now I just have to probably not do what everyone else does, because this is one of the basic rules. But obviously everyone gets scared and then they just get out everything, and then it's not a good timing at all. It's just not a good timing for these things.
No, it is not.
And we have Lord Evil with a request, and it's a very nice request. It's Drew and Completo.
Completo.
Pling.
Helps if the microphones are open.
Yeah, it really helps.
It does.
It does.
It does. And Michael Wilhagen says, scientists have found out that women already are infected with the virus without even having symptoms. As a precaution, they recommend that women should isolate themselves from their partners and kids and go straight into quarantine. Spa hotels and massage salons are particularly well suited for a safe quarantine. Women should stay at least 14 days there.
I like that. I could do this. Yeah, I think.
Well, you could you?
I could survive there somehow. It would be very difficult, though.
Very difficult.
I would so suffer.
The horror.
I know, right? Well, I had some plans to go for a wellness weekend with you around January, but I'm afraid this has to wait a little
You
bit.
think?
I think. Just slightly, a little bit, not much.
Or are you saying I'm unwell?
Well, I don't know how unwell you are, but maybe this is not the best timing to time any visit.
No, maybe not.
Maybe there would be better times for any sort of visit or party. And oh, by the way, parties. Martin, I hope you know Revision is cancelled. So last week when we were on, the organizers were still on with the party. They claimed that it will happen and all of that. But no, Revision is cancelled. So instead, they will have virtual competitions, if I know correctly. So
Yeah, that's what they said on their Facebook page, at least.
yeah, better check out the details and the schedule. But the compos will happen. Only this time, no gathering from the people, at least not live. So there were some people who said that there's no point to actually talk and meet because you can hold parties online as well, where this is the opportunity now, I guess. We will see how it goes. And hi Malthus, and hi Cosmic Kanga on IRC, and also hi to Martin, who I didn't say hi yet because we were slightly busy here. And by the way, my packages arrived. It's not even one, it's 2 big boxes. So I'm just so happy. And he will get a heart attack soon.
She got some TCP packets. There needed to be a handshake over there.
Yeah. Nah, the guy also kept his distance now. I wonder why. So yeah, it was like he put down the package.
He took one look at you and said, "You look sick."
I understand that I look sick, but still. Right. Yeah, Adam Bart said, I think shopping centers are good too. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, for catching the thingy. Back in the when was
true.
it with what's it called? Fuck, I need to find this. Hold on. Chickenpox. When you're a kid, because nowadays we do have a vaccine and all of that shit, but back in the day they used to have chickenpox parties, so they gathered all the kids and made sure everyone got it.
I heard of this, because it's dangerous later on, but if they get it in a small age,
exactly.
They are fine. So yeah, definitely I can understand that. And Votega asks, what is in the package? So, should I just tell everything that is in the package? Hang on a minute. It's...
No, clothing is in the packages. That's
definitely
what's in
clothes
there.
are in the package.
Yeah,
because...
that's all the information that is needed. It's stuff you put on.
Put on.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, this I completely got addicted to this Swedish second-hand shop, and they are like so organized and they do everything so well, like all the logistics. And now they put out my stuff as well that I sent them in, like close to 100 stuff. And we will see how it goes, because of course there is an announcement fee that you have to pay. Well, you don't have to pay it, but virtually it's like within credits on your account. But it's totally worth it because they photograph, they do all the description, everything, and you just send the stuff in and you get like 40% of the price, but still it's like completely worth it if you have a lot of stuff and you don't really want to take care of the logistics, I think. So
Yeah, and then the Vessels comments that I love that we men are so simple. T-shirt and jeans. Yeah, I'm actually wearing a T-shirt and jeans and a hoodie. So good to
yeah.
go.
I know. You know, we have to pay attention to the details, like the earrings and the top and the, you know, this is how it works. But it's like, it's also a creative process, in my opinion, because putting on an outfit and syncing the things to look
What are you thinking
good.
of?
What are you thinking of? Yeah, syncing the things. It's almost the same as like composing something or just put a design together, like design a web page where the elements fit together. Essentially, it's the same concept.
If you are using a framework, yes.
Yeah, it's a good question what framework you are using when you put on your clothes. But anyway, it's I really enjoy that. So and probably this is why. But I never looked at it like I guess like as an average women-like thing that they love to do, because I think that it is more than that to me. At least I really enjoy to pick things and just, you know, sync them as they are on the flow. And yeah, that's also one of the things you can play around with when you are like in between walls. It's just to kind of do some visual syncing and, oh my god, cleaning up and organizing things. It's been a while. I so need to do that, and I have no idea when. Maybe now is the time to do that. Not to
Maybe.
mention the vacuuming, because we definitely need to do that. And we also definitely need to play some music now, I think.
We definitely need to play some music.
Yeah, we definitely need to play some music. And Lord of Crystalic wants to hear Stationary Arc. He claims that it's from a bot, but we don't really know.
From a bot?
A bot? Chris Abbott.
Oh, Abbott.
Abbott. Oh, Abbott. I'm sorry.
Which bot?
The bot. No, it's. I'm sorry.
I don't think he actually made a stationary arc.
Yeah, we don't think. Yeah, it's.
If he did, I have forgotten about it.
There is a synth sample medley that he did, but it's like a quite early thing. And also, the most requested song in that terms, I think, is made by Yogeya Liliadal, and the synth sample Stationary Arc version. So if you are okay with that, I'm going to play this now.
No, by a bot.
I didn't ask you. Yogi, Lilia Dahl, and Synth Sample Stationary Arc. Hopefully it will do for now.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yeah, not an accident that it's over-requested sometimes in the shows, I guess.
Indeed.
And Malthus said that, did you guys hear that Netflix is giving away free subscriptions since everyone is supposed to stay home? And
No, I haven't heard that.
and well,
I'm happy to pay for it as soon as I get, or rather, as soon as the what the hell is it called again? Kodi folks have sorted out the hardware decryption on Raspberry Pis. I can actually order Netflix.
Okay. And he confirmed when I asked that, is it for real? That yes, and I think it is one of the best campaigns they could do. I guess 30% will not cancel after the crisis when Netflix charges again.
Probably more than 30%, I would say.
Totally genius. They are marketing geniuses. Absolutely. It's,
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And then Martin said, well, Malthus, I hate it when capitalism takes advantage of such situations. Brr, they want to addict people with their shit. Yeah, well, that's how the world works, if we like it or not. I get what you say. It's just, well, we are people and we have our weaknesses, and obviously some people will notice that, and maybe not even on purpose, but they will use it. This is something that we might not even do on purpose, but sometimes we do it completely unconsciously, even with each other.
I missed the beginning of that. I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't because I was reading something.
No, I just say that Martin said that he hates when capitalism takes advantages of such situations.
Yeah, sure.
And,
but that's with the Netflix situation here. I don't think it's nefarious. It's not trying to hide what they're trying to do. They are very upfront with what they are trying to do, and unless there are some weird clauses in the contract that you sign when you sign up for this free period or whatever, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's to come up with these concepts and ideas, it's also a very creative thing. So I always looked at good marketing ideas also as an art, type of art, because it's not everyone that will think of these things, and they need some creativity as well to come up with. So concepts are pretty much the same. And if someone figures out a good concept, like not that long ago, Lidl came up with a concept of Swedish meatballs, I think. And they started to advertise it on Facebook, like, you don't have to go to Sweden to have some Swedish meatballs. And this was like a completely Hungarian campaign, but they made agreement with all other companies, like the big companies that you can know. And the big companies started to comment under the Facebook post, anything related that refers to their own services. So it was good for everyone. It was a win-win situation because the little post got like a huge publicity. Everyone admired the marketing, and under the post, after the Swedish meatball advertisement, the I don't know, T-Mobile said that, oh, and you can go through the distances and just use us as if you have to talk with anyone from Sweden, or any other thing that you can just think of.
Yeah, but that's in a sense funny advertising. I do not have anything against. It's when you try to manipulate people without being upfront with it.
Yeah,
if it's clearly
that's not honest. Yeah, that's
if it's
true.
clearly a humorous thing that you're trying to do, then I'm fine with it. But it's that kind of trying to manipulate people into buying something or thinking something about something, that sort of thing. It's just nah.
Yeah. So you have to be upfront with your communication, and same goes with the crisis communication from like companies and like that. But I admire when someone comes up with a very original idea like this, and really the entire country paid attention to that, because it was like over 100 or hundreds of big companies, from Coca-Cola through all the big names that you can think of, McDonald's, whatnot, commenting under the post. And they were referring to their own services, but connected in connection with the original post. And in the end, everyone just won, because everyone just loved to read the comments, because all of them were like creative and connected to the original concept. So
the best ones I've ever seen are the comments or reviews rather for weird things they sell on Amazon. Some of them get really bizarre, like a lotion or whatever, and then the first weird review appears, and then I put this on my scrotum, and now I can sit for 3 hours or whatever, stupid things like that, and then it kind of snowballs from there. And I do believe that is not intentional from the company side, but it got them sales, so win-win. Everyone had their fun, and as long as it's fun, I think it's okay.
Yeah, and as long as it's upfront and straight, that is very true, because originally some people hate marketing because they think it's manipulation, but I think originally doesn't mean to be like
everyone else.
No, it's more like you can be upfront and straight with your marketing. You just have to be honest about your product, because if you promise more, or if you promise a different thing than the impact is, then yes, it is a problem, and then it is a manipulation, and you shouldn't do that at all. Because if you want to stay as a credible party, then you just have to say as much as you can keep as a promise. That's it. All about marketing now. So
yeah, welcome to Marketing Hour by Erika. Rather.
Well, I work in a marketing team, so obviously I know some things about it, and
so
I always enjoyed it.
Next hour will be dedicated to IT.
Yeah, I know that they are considered to be two very different things, but
they are.
Here is the thing: I can connect to both worlds. So
yes, but IT is very different from a marketing world.
It is very different.
Yes,
but it's not impossible to connect those at some point. It's just some people think that it's impossible.
No, but they are different worlds. They are like working in IT and working in marketing. Those are two different things.
Yeah, that is very different thing. I confirm that. So how about playing some requests?
Yes, and thank you for confirming that obvious fact.
You told me that like twice, and it's not that I don't agree with you. It's okay. So, Ankan of Crystallic wants to hear Instant Remedy and Warriors, and he says, thanks for the best radio. Yay!
Yay!
Welcome. Are you talking about us?
No.
But anyway.
Obviously not.
So yeah, how about Warriors Club version? Yay, coming up. it's a nice long song, but I seriously could listen endlessly to this loop. And
Yeah, it's like everything Instant Remedy does. I kind of, as soon as you hear an Instant Remedy song, you know it's him, and you can just, it's quality stuff. You can keep listening to it forever, basically.
Definitely. And they are coming with he's coming with a new album. It's still like, for me, it's still so weird that I always think that they are a group, but it's him. I don't know why, or maybe it's because in the early years there were some groups doing remixes, but in my head it just got stuck. And since then I can't get rid of the thought that there are like more of them. Anyway, yeah, you can check out their SoundCloud and Bandcamp, and yes, the new album is coming, and the release date is in April, if I remember correctly. So
I think he had the release date on his SoundCloud. Instant Remedy, Remedy, Remedy. Instant
Remedy.
There.
Oh, and he's also Swedish, right?
Yes,
of course
he
is. The name Instant Remedy is probably most well known among the fans of the Amiga and the C64 SID remixing scene. The styles range from 80s synthesizer era to chiptunes to EDM house. Nice. This is his.
Mixed Up is the album called.
Yes, so make sure to stay tuned
And
for the album.
Yeah, and no date. Will be available spring 2020. Dope.
And my last infos are like it's April-ish.
Yeah, I seem to remember that too, but I can't find the info now. But
Yeah, we have seen it
yeah,
eventually.
somewhere.
At some point. I just went away from the show chat, so now I don't see what's going on. But anyway,
Release will be in March or April, he said.
last info, and I don't know how close info it is 10th of April or something, but we will see.
Well, his own post from March 7 says release will be in March or April.
Yeah, okay. It might be not official, it might be something that a friend heard somewhere. So
No, this is from the official page.
yeah, I'm not checking the official page right now.
I am.
Yeah, I know. I understand that you are. I'm not. I have an understanding.
You have an understanding with yourself.
Yeah, and with you, hopefully, sometimes, occasionally, it happens. And we already told to everyone Antti Hannula's suggestion, right? So maybe we're gonna have some good time for composing new SID music.
Exactly.
Yes, we shouldn't forget about that either, because it's a great way of killing time if anyone would be bored. So
yeah, and by the way, if you want to keep updated on the Instant Remedy thing, you can find his stuff with updates and everything on irsounds.com. There he posts the official
thank you
official
very much.
gospel of Instant Remedy. Is right there.
The official what?
Gospel.
Gospel.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Okay. What do you think of playing some demo music?
Demo music.
Yeah.
Do you have a demo in mind?
Well, Christian Busch wants to hear Mactone, Free Ankare. Yeah, I don't know.
Ankare.
Ankare.
Three anchors.
Free Anchors. Oh, it's Finnish, is it?
No,
Is it?
it's the latter was English and Tre Ankare is Swedish. Mactone is Swedish too.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I was mistaken. This is from the Twisted Chipster music disc. So, demo synth product, but not demo music unless someone used it for a demo. And I have to look this up because I don't know everything by heart. But yeah, I think we can play that because why not? So, here it comes. That was quick. Yeah, 1 minute and 25 seconds, and I haven't checked how long or short it is.
Konrad Kierskowski from Poland says, quick info from Poland here. Cinemas closed, swimming pools closed, schools are closed too, but guess what is opened, and even increased number of their events.
No way! I heard that, the eastern region is less affected yet, so that's surprising.
The events that have increased are church sermons and whatnot.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, good thing. Pray the thing away. That'll work. And apparently there's a shortage of toilet paper. What the fuck is this hoarding of toilet paper? Seriously.
People would hate if they have a shit and they don't have anything to handle it with,
Yeah, but
I guess.
Seriously, hoarding toilet paper?
It very much looks like it.
It's the stupidest fucking thing ever. It's like people seem to be hoarding toilet paper like they're never gonna get their hands on any of it ever again.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Or their asses on it rather
Just
than
think
their
of the
hands.
simple fact that you have to survive a few days without toilet paper. Like,
No,
how
you
would
don't
your
have
life
to.
look like? Okay.
Yeah, but why hoard like a shit bunch of them? Shit bunch, literally. When the stores aren't closing anytime soon. The only thing you do is when you hoard something like toilet paper, for instance, you're just creating a shortage for someone else. It's not like you can't go back to the store and get more. It's just that if you buy a shit bunch more than you usually do, they're gonna run out of toilet paper, and the next guy in line will not have any. That's not very nice.
No, that's not very nice. I am with you on that. So,
Michael Wilhagen says, if you eat all the noodles, you definitely do not need that much toilet paper. Well, depends. Are you using the spices that you get with the noodles? Then yes, you will need even more toilet paper.
yeah, I guess everything depends on perspective. I don't know. It's like it started in Australia, this crazy thing. Maybe they are isolated a bit, or maybe I don't know why.
And their forest burned down, so maybe that has something to do with
that makes sense. Actually,
the creation
that makes
of toilet
sense.
paper.
That part I didn't think of. That
No,
makes
me
sense.
either. It just hit me now that maybe it has some sort of relation. That they have some domestic kind of thing where, like factories and whatnot, that creates toilet paper over there. But now they need to ship it from abroad. Oh no, because boats do not float anymore. What?
Boats do not float.
No boats.
Yeah, right. Okay. Boats do not float anymore. Right. Anyway.
Yeah, not only Conrad continues that not only will they run out of paper for others, but the prices are already increasing.
Yeah,
I posted a picture on some thread on Facebook today with supposedly a picture from Poland with a toilet roll on its usual kind of thing on the wall, but then there was this drain pipe next to it, and someone had put a bicycle lock, you know, one of those chain locks, around the drain pipe through the toilet roll, so around the pipe.
Yeah, and there was another post about that, like. How was that toilet roll? $4,000, and as a gift you get a diamond ring.
Yes.
Yeah,
nicely wrapped and everything.
Oh, that's also good marketing, by the way. Just so you know. Anyway, Martus said that, well, Ziona, one good thing about quarantine would be someone could request Gung Gung all day on Slay Radio.
No, that's a bad thing.
How long would it take for Slaygon to ban this song? I'm just wondering, because he certainly has a problem with that. So it's not even me that you have to talk to.
I don't have a problem with the song. It's quite nice, but it's overplayed.
A little overplayed. Yeah. Let's look for some requests here.
Malta says, I found a shop that put a special price on their cheap toilet paper. I guess one of those sales or whatever, which is usually €1.99, and they're now charging $4.99.
Oh my god.
Jesus, that is an example of shitty fucking exploitation and stupid marketing. When you're using it, it's we have this on sale, but it's 3 times as expensive. Idiots.
Yeah, that's it. That is not a nice thing to do, and everyone does. It's not a nice thing to do, so they won't love you for this. That's for sure. If you are a provider, but well, I guess for some people the short-term win is more important than the long run. And what about Lord of Crystallix Zach McRacken request? I'm just wondering which version do you want, because there is the Mindband mix and there is the TDG remix as well, and you didn't specify which one. So
just do a eeny meeny miny mo and pick one.
Mo. Yeah, well, I picked one.
Yes,
it's the Mindband mix.
So it was the miny mo pick.
Yeah. Seems like it's not Lord of Crystallic's evening for requests, because I picked the other version and now he specified that it's TTG is the dead guy, so it was the other version. That was a bit longer and a bit more monotonous, I guess, but
I still like it.
Yeah, it was okay. Let's see if we will have some time and some slot for the other version, because then we can still play that, so it's fine. We have the power to do that. And Votega says that time for ironing all my shirts and learning how to do an awesome Mai Tai. And then Malthus added that you could visit me and wash my dishes if you feel bored.
Yeah, so, that's something to do while in quarantine. Oh, wait. Well, you can send it by post. So,
but Malthus is very generous, because he said it can be either Berlin, Nuremberg, Frankfurt. I have them all. And then she said, don't tempt me. If they shut down schools here, I might come by bike. Okay then, well, it's ironing, my god, I hate ironing. If there is anything that I think it's completely
pointless
waste of time, is ironing. So
yeah, it's like we have iron these no iron shirts. What do they call them? The ones you don't need to iron, basically.
Yeah.
The wrinkle-free shirts thingies.
Yeah, it's like I really try hard to get those
same
things.
Here.
Yeah.
Like, get those instead.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. I don't know who invented ironing. I mean, I think it looks decent when it's done, right? So it just shouldn't be me who does that. So I would be...
I'm with you on that. So yeah. You won't see too many ironed shirts from around here.
No, not
unless
really.
Unless it's a kind of an occasion that you kind of have to wear something like that. But
still, you can find alternatives. And let me tell you that I waited for about 15 years for some shirts in order to wear them. But
because
then
you needed to iron them.
And exactly. I never got to wear them because I knew that I have to iron them before wearing them, and then now I send them to Selfie. That's it. So this is how they end up, and now they are available for sale for others. Never used,
they
never
can
worn.
iron them all they
Get
want.
rid of them. Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe that's something you could do as a therapy if you are quarantined. Iron a lot of things, because you might get bored. So even that might be fun. Who knows?
I mean, it's like, I get that maybe it might be fun, but I would do like 1,000 other things before I start to iron. That is for
that's very,
sure.
very far down the list of things to do, or things I need to kind of take care of. That's not on the list of need to take care of.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Martus says that is why I give my shirts to the laundry. They wash and iron and fold them, and only €1. Oh my god, it's so worth it. I would do that too.
Yeah. I've sent a bunch away as well.
Oh my god, you are being a little bit here. I'm not going to do all that work if some Italian immigrant will do it for €1. Now, stay politically correct.
Well, you won't get any Italian immigrants anymore, that's for sure.
That is also for sure. But yeah, it's €1 seems reasonable, and yeah, it's another thing when you have to fold everything for the same size. That is like, and absolutely kind of, yeah. I'm not saying I hate washing. That's okay, because then I kind of. I usually gather and pile things up so they fill in the entire washing machine, and then I can actually see how many great things I have when I hang them out. So that part I enjoy. But then you still have to take them to their place, and you have to put them like on the shelves, and that is an exhausting job if you have a lot of stuff to attend to. Like a lot of clothes, like really, and I really got rid of a lot of them as well, but then I ordered other ones, so I just
2 fucking boxes arrived just today. That's a regular day. That's a slow day or something.
regular day.
I0 says, I know that some people iron their undies and bed sheets. And Martin Land responds, those are the same people hoarding toilet paper, I'm damn sure. Yeah, might very well be.
And then Zidu there added that now you can get Italian immigrant coronavirus on your clothes for no extra money.
Yeah, exactly. It's for free.
Great. Yeah, right.
Well, I guess the ironing will burn it away.
Yeah, well, actually, still there is like, I would do other stuff. Like there is this machine that we have, both you have one and I do have one as well. It works with this battery, and you can take away this leftover things on the clothes that is getting...
Yeah,
that.
called,
what is this in English?
I don't know, but in Swedish it's called noppa bort. Because they are like these... I don't even have them on the socks right now, but
I'm checking nopprig in English.
Like these small kind of bits and pieces of things that come off. Jesus, what are they called? I knew the name.
I can do this. Nopprig.
Yeah.
So, nopprig in English, and it says nopprig. That's not really helpful. Okay, noppa. It says, translating from Finnish, it says dice. No, it's not. Google Translate, go home, you're drunk. My God, this is horrible. So, you know, when your especially your sweaters start to be like seeming
kind of
worn,
socks.
and you have these little pieces, those tiny pieces.
These kind of socks.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I mean. And that there's a machine that you just go over it, and you remove all these like... ugly,
the fluff, the extra
ugly
fluff.
fluffs and everything, and yeah, that is also a good activity to do. I actually planned to do this like now for 2 weeks, so now I will
for
have...
2 weeks straight.
No, I started
we're gonna
to...
need some batteries.
I know, right. Oh my God, my phrasing was bad,
yeah,
right?
Wool knots.
Do you want to tell me that...
Michael Wilhagen suggests wool knots.
Walnuts.
Yeah, could work,
that
yeah.
might be right.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when it's not made of wool, that's even more funny. But it's,
cotton, knots, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, this is it, and that part I could do because I kind of want to renew some of my pieces that I like. But yeah, still working on it because there's other stuff to do as well. Obviously, there's always other stuff to do. I just hate this, but anyway. We have a request from Sir Preston Geek Nerd the Third.
Oh, the third. What happened to the first and the second?
I don't know. We should ask him. The first Sir Preston Geek Nerd and the second Sir Preston Geek Nerd definitely will know maybe something. But Shenlong and Turrican is the request. So an Amiga remix is upcoming right now. Puko is not here yet.
I
Puko
know.
will come soon, I guess.
Yeah, I heard someone jump down from some level up there. Heard a dunk.
Puko. Yeah, that should be her.
Yeah, sounds like Puko.
Yeah.
Puko.
Dunk.
Puko.
Yes, this is so typical. And you can also spend more time with your animals if they are indoor animals, like cats and dogs. And if they are so social,
and
like
parrots and snakes and spiders and ants and
how lovely,
rabbits
especially
and bunnies.
spiders.
Yeah, well, they're nice, and some of them are even hairy. It's like fur. Like furry legs, like mine.
I don't know. Should I choose a spider's furry leg or yours? That's a big dilemma.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, with spider you get way more legs.
That
at
is
least
very
in number.
true.
Mine are longer. So, yeah, it's a difficult one.
I should think of that after the show. And Martin said he has a startup idea. Martin Land's toilet paper delivery service. I'll be rich in no time. Capitalism, here I come. Ziona, please help me with marketing. Yeah, okay then. I'm in. You just have to make the delivery happen when maybe some delivery companies would cancel their delivery. So yeah, you don't know that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you can do like they did in the olden days, take a newspaper and crumple it together and kind of do that till a few rounds to soften it up and then get a black ass because you have all the print left on it. Yeah.
Oh my. I have to cook tranquilizer soup for Slaygon now. Now that he cooked the dinner, I owe him, so definitely I can do
tranquilizer
that.
soup. Yeah, that would be nice. Chris Willock says, if you eat enough toilet paper after a meal, you create self-wiping turds, thus saving money on water. Brilliant idea.
How to simplify life, especially
life
being
hack.
in
It's a
quarantine.
Perfect life hack.
My God.
Yeah, if you run out of water while in quarantine, that's a perfect life hack. You don't want to waste water on your ass. You want to drink it.
Yeah, that's a perspective too. And LP Chip had some quarantine ideas too. Oh, a tractor got like really white now. Look, okay,
it's,
still it's
when it
happening.
freezes and you try to do something, then it becomes white like that.
You know what? I'm just not
Very
trying to do
annoying.
anything here. What am I doing at all?
Whee!
Never mind. So, LP Chip has some coronavirus tips. One, if you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, you are not infected. It affects your lungs, and if you cough within 10 seconds, you could be infected.
It's a bad test and does not work.
I wanted to test it now, and you're ruining it.
Yeah, well, you can test it, and it doesn't matter what you do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Corona! Okay, so she's laughing, so clearly she must have gotten some gas in her, like a laughing gas or something. So she's clearly infected with something. No, but that trick doesn't work, and that viral letter that, or whatever post or whatever that goes around claiming all sorts of shit is just, all of it is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about them either. The second one is drink plenty of water, keep your throat moist.
There is no proof for any of that either, and there's the idea there seems to be that the stomach acids would take care of the virus. There's simply no proof of that.
Yeah, and one of the signs is a sore throat, not a running nose. Running nose is having a cold, is not the virus.
Well, also a bit bullshit, because what's there to say that since it's flu season, you won't have a runny nose as well.
Yeah,
And
I constantly
often-
have a runny nose, so for me it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and with a viral infection, you usually, if it gets severe enough, you get secondary bacterial infections as well, which will get you a runny nose as well. So one doesn't exclude the other.
Yeah, I guess they don't, and saw this thing spreading too
Yeah, but
around.
yeah, what is known is that you do have a dry cough and shortness of breath and fever seems to be something that runs with this thing. But then again, so does the seasonal flu, basically. So it's very hard to know what is what, and all of these tips of trying to deduce what it is, it's just not working that way.
Yeah, and we already had a seasonal flu, and this season it was very, very long, kind of long time kind of thing. So I really hated it because it took a while to get out of it. But never mind. I think we should play something here.
Yes, we can.
And since LP Chip gave us some tips, either they are right or not, he requested a Boulder Dash by Rowley. So I know that it's one of his favorites, so here I come.
Yeah, it's very
with this.
nice. These sheets are made for wiping, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these sheets are gonna wipe all over you. There you go. You have your little jingle, Martin Land.
Did you just make this up?
No, that's these boots were made for walking, not sheets.
Okay. Nice. Nice. We should make new jingles anyway. So
Yeah, we should.
we
It's been
should.
a while.
Yeah, definitely. It has been a while. Especially for you.
That's it. Especially for me.
Especially for you, because I created some jingles like 2 years ago or something.
Wow, that's so recent.
No,
It's like
that's
yesterday.
not recent, but it's definitely later than you.
Yes.
You did other things, that is true. You took care of the video streaming. I know, I appreciate that a lot. Before you believe that I don't. Just so you know. So yeah, plenty of ideas. I have to go back to music making as well. So that would be also a nice way to spend the time. I never have to think of things actually what I would do, because I never feel like I have this real free time. It's like either I sit back and relax and then I feel great about it, or it's just, nah, I don't know. But I never stopped wondering that, what should I do now? Like, it didn't happen like for years now.
Yeah, it's been a while since I came home and went, I don't know what to do now. Well, I had that, but it's because I have so many different things I should be doing rather than no things to do.
You can always find something to do. And I think Martin asked you way before that how is the 8-Bit Symphony project going?
Right. Alistair Brimble and Chris Abbott are in London doing some mixes. They are going to do both the stereo and the surround mixes at some professional mixing studio somewhere. And I got some preliminary mixes from Chris already that Alistair Brimble did before they went to London. So it's going to be nice to A/B them and see the difference, or hear the difference rather. And I need to have a good long talk with Chris because they were supposed to talk to an audio engineer about reverbs and mixing orchestral music and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to enjoy that piece of learning.
I'm pretty sure you would.
One more thing to debunk, by the way, about that viral note that includes a lot of that stuff that LP Chip had thrown in there. It also says that you should drink drinks at 25 to 30 degrees to kill the virus. No, also not gonna work. It's like when you drink hot tea, it doesn't stay that hot when it comes to your stomach, right? It's the same as when you breathe outdoors when it's minus degrees. If the case was that that went to your lungs, you would freeze your lungs, which you obviously are not doing. Same in heat in the Sahara or whatever. You're not actually heating your lungs. The body has a kind of ingenious way of countering the elements, as it were, and that includes drinking hot stuff.
Yeah, true. So it's a tricky one as well. Yeah, well, eventually, most of the time, I guess it will kill itself, right? But one Eventually. Yeah, and a friend of mine was happy when he learned that alcohol kills coronavirus, so we are saved.
Same with that as with breathing cold air.
Well, yeah, so not inside the body, but otherwise it does, I guess. So so therefore all alcoholic cleaners are bought out. The shops are completely out of them as well,
they
obviously.
ran out pretty early. I ordered a batch because we were kind of running low anyway, and I tend to keep a small batch of toilet paper and household paper and these hand sanitizer things anyway. So yeah, I do have, or we do have 2 of them in the bathroom. So yeah.
You were forward thinking when you ordered more, and Tanek added that, and don't try to make homemade disinfecting alcohol. You need 70% alcohol for it to destroy the virus membrane. Okay.
Yeah, and if you use T-Röd, which is essentially this thing you get from gas stations, you can use that. It smells like fuck, and you will very quickly notice that it's a bad idea to touch your face because it smells so bad. It's like, ooh, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that.
My God. And Marta said that, Ziona, you can always do drugs to enhance the time go by. I don't know why you address me for that. It's like, it wasn't me who asked that question. So, but thank you for your advice for everyone. So right now everyone knows. But yeah, it's, for certain, I guess, enhanced time and all of that. Or shortened time, or like everything is relative, I guess, but my god, yeah, Ziduder, Tanek said it on Facebook, and Ziduder said challenge accepted, 75% of alcohol. I guess it would work with some of the drinks I know, like Tatra Teo. This is a kind of drink originating from Transylvania, if I know it correctly, and it has its variant over 70%. And let me tell you, it's horrible when it's 40 degrees warm. I just know this because at an Aero party, I took a Tatra Teo with me, and we left it in the trunk. And unfortunately, it became like at least 40 degrees warm when we took it out, and I had to beg to the local shop so I can that they were open only for us for the party that weekend, because it was happening in a small village, and they had a deep freezer, and I was begging them to put the Tatra Teo for a little while to the deep freezer because otherwise we just couldn't. It's just it is completely horrible when it's warm, but I think it's like that with many types of shots as well, so you don't want that, I can tell you. But and Robert Majewski said that we make 95% alcohol in Poland, and it was in every liquor store. That is true. They also are like crazy people. They do vodka out of potatoes and other stuff. Like they call definitely the homemade drinks moonshine, and moonshine can be really...
funnily enough, one of my first experiences with alcohol was when I was 13, maybe 12, 13, somewhere around there. Yeah. Oh. And my friend's dad had this bottle of 90-something% alcohol in the basement.
And, you started light, right?
And we poured one kind of cap each and drank it. I thought I was going to die. I couldn't breathe for like a minute. It was like, my throat just clenched. It was horrible.
You wouldn't even need coronavirus to do that then.
Yeah, that's probably not the way to go to kill that one. Oh my god, yeah, it was really, really horrible.
Martin says, bring one to next Arok and keep it cold. Okay. You know what? Only for you. I'm gonna bring it. If we make it to Arok this year, I'm going to bring it, and Arok will happen, by the way, at the end of July, start of August, so it's a kind of settled thing. So yeah, last weekend. And we have Michael Helm, and he wants to hear Captain Morgaine and Return to Monkey Island. It's an Amiga remix.
To Monkey Island. Preheat pot to 450 degrees. Add the following ingredients: 1 cinnamon stick, 4 leaves of mint, 1 human skull, pressed, 1 squirt squid ink, 2 pints monkey blood, 1 live chicken, 3 ounces brimstone, 1 or more of the following: pyridoxine hydrochloride, zinc oxide, yellow 8, 9 mononitrate, and BHA. Let bubble over a low flame until thickened. Serves crew of 4. The Sea Monkey is finally underway. Moments later, the voodoo spell kicks in, turning the ship to an unknown heading and off on its mysterious voyage.
A three-headed monkey! Oh, Elaine.
Oh, Guybrush.
Love muffin.
Sugar boots.
Honey pumpkin.
Plunder bunny.
Kiss me.
No, we mustn't.
Why? Are you ashamed of me?
Not here, where everyone can see us.
What has just happened behind my back?
I just adjusted a light.
A light?
Yes.
What kind of light did you
Blue
adjust?
light.
The blue light. Mm.
Yes, the one you see on the room overview camera, which I switched to now. So now you should have a little bit more blue behind you.
Yes, and I agree. This was a very nice Amiga remix that
Yes,
we have
very nice.
heard. So
Yeah.
nice request. This wasn't the first time that we played it, but yeah, it's been a while since it was requested, I guess. And
and LP Chip actually had one more suggestion that is actually true instead of the three others. So 25% right on his suggestions, and the suggestion is that garlic is great for the coronavirus. It's not gonna, it's very good. It's not gonna cure you, but it's gonna keep everyone away from you.
Okay, that's a good point. And you may, Martin, added that luckily you didn't adjust the light red in the window behind my back. Right.
Light red.
Luckily, he didn't adjust a light red in the window behind your back.
I guess that's lucky then.
I guess. Or do you refer to red lights zone, kind of whatnot?
Red light district.
Red light district, yeah, exactly. Well, you never know. Yes, it's. I think it's like there are plenty of ideas here what to do. Like learn to play an instrument. That I really like this idea too. Or learn a language. Or learn to use a program. Or maybe some new skills. Or
learn to become a programmer. Or learn more Blender.
Indeed, or learn Tractor inside out. As Michael Wildhagen said, maybe you want to go back to Tractor.
That is a very good suggestion, yes.
I know, first time it's going to be like first time it's going to be very painful because obviously I'm migrating from virtual DJ and I got used to everything that you can do with it. And
but you have the added bonus that you have a physical interface. That
I know this is the thing that will motivate me enough to actually get used to Tractor. And I know it for a fact that it's always painful for the first time. But once I get the grip, probably I wouldn't be able to stop. So this is why I just haven't started to engage myself with it yet, because I know that everything else would be put aside and there would be no outer world existing anymore. So I have to pick my time frame for this carefully, but I'm afraid that I don't have to wait for that long for this to happen. So now we have a whole new world of opportunities opening up, looking at the bright side of this entire thing, and we can take all the time we want to learn new things.
Well, not all the time, but a bunch at least.
Okay, not all the time, obviously not, but... there
is one more thing I am going to spend some time on, and is trying to dissect the mixing sessions for the 8-Bit Symphony, and try to figure out what they are actually doing in the mixing sessions that I haven't thought of. That's going to be very interesting to see where those go.
Nice. I can definitely imagine that. And also, I wanted to add something. Jeez.
Something cheese?
Jeez, it's like, why did I forget this? Oh my god. Now I feel like I have amnesia. It was like right on the top of my... Oh, shit. Anyway, I0 has his lucky day because he said he wants to hear elevator action. Probably Sid, because I don't know if a remix exists.
There's elevator action.
So, yeah, but he said that he doesn't know if a remix exists of this, and he just played the game first time this week, and the music was quite nice. And yes, there is a remix, one remix to be exact, and it's made by Amp, and Amp is usually good. So Elevator Action Smooth Agent Mix is the name of this remix, and yeah, let's give it a listen. And now I got curious of the original amp and elevator action smooth agent mix, because it sounds like there is something to it, and I would love to hear it with its sounds as well. And Malthus almost left us, but I told him that his request is next, and it's like a very short request anyway, so definitely he should stay for like 3 minutes longer maybe, or something like that.
Stay for 3 minutes. Oh yeah, he says, I'll stay for that. Okay, good.
Exactly. And we will play it very shortly. So what I wanted to announce, and now it came back to me, that don't you forget that in 2 days we will have the Remixer of the Year Awards show, because
right.
it should have been replaced for the 14th of March. It's also a Saturday, and it's 8 o'clock.
What do you mean should have been? It was moved to the 14th.
No, it was moved, and we learned it like after our show last week. So after the announcement, because we were also preparing to join, but there were some circumstances going on there that made it happen this week. So if you haven't listened, then you didn't miss it, and make sure that this week on Saturday, in 2 days from now, you switch on and listen to the best remixes of 2019. So,
and we will mostly be on IRC and the channel Remix 64 on the EFNet network.
And Michael asks, why was it postponed? It's a kind of a...
It's kind of a personal issue on the broadcaster side that they may or may not talk about on the show.
It's a sad issue, so it's completely reasonable cancelling, and so we are looking forward to that to happen in 2 days from now, and let's see how it will go, but make sure that you tune in. So Saturday evening, 8 o'clock CET, right?
Yes.
These time zones are just so confusing. Anyway.
Yeah. And hopefully, every fucking country on planet Earth gets rid of this summer and wintertime shit.
I really hope that too.
There's a proposal to the EU to get rid of it, and there's pretty strong support for it, and I mean for that bill to pass. And in the US they have started to make some noise about it too, so hopefully that fucking thing will go away very soon. It's only a cause of trouble, and
I completely agree with you on that, and
seriously,
pointless.
The accident statistics go way up during that period because people are completely fucked up because they shift their sleeping patterns 1 hour. Mm-hmm. They're more tired. They tend to get into more accidents and car accidents and work accidents and all sorts of shit. And apparently the rate of cardiovascular diseases that gets to the point that they need to be hospitalized goes up during that period as well. So get rid of that fucking ancient shit that nobody needs
it at all. It's like winning 1 hour, losing 1 hour, pointless, completely pointless. So let's play Malthus's request.
Yes,
which was Amok and Maniac Mansion theme featuring Mitchwan Hayden, and it's a short tune. why this remix is so short. It's like such a pity that it's so short.
It's I can't remember the length of Troll that I did together with Ryan, but that is essentially a looped version two times of the same thing. And when Ryan added some piano and stuff on there, said, "Yeah, don't loop it. Just let it end." And it's very, very, very short. It's like a minute, 10 seconds or something. So looped, it's, I don't know, just shortly over 2 minutes, I think the end result of that was. And it's still short.
It's 2 minutes, 9 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, sure, I could have made it 1 minute and 4.5 seconds, but that felt too short. I wanted to hear more of it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because it's a fun tune.
But you can't get everything you want. Or how was that song? It always comes back in this house. Right now we are rewatching House because Slaygon started to rewatch it. And I always want to say Dr. House because that was the Hungarian title of House. So it's super confusing that he says, no, it's not Dr. House. Yes, it was Dr. House for me. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know if this series, the title screen says House MD. So that's probably the original title of the thing. Because that
Probably.
part is there. And the MD is short for medical doctor. So that's probably where the Hungarian translation comes from as well.
Yeah, I guess so. But still, it's super confusing. And if you only say house, it's a too generic word in English, and it could be really anything. And if
you say the TV series House, nobody is going to be confused, I think.
Okay, maybe most of the people know him anyway. He's such a lovely jerk.
Such a lovely jerk.
Yeah, but
and Z-Duder says, yeah, technically isn't it House MD? Yeah, technically it is. That's the original title of it, I think, but I think they shortened it to just House at some point for some reason. I don't know why.
Just to confuse everyone, obviously. This is how it works. But yeah, another thing is, of course, to zero everything out of Netflix and all the broadcaster services. Like, I think Hulu starts to do really great stuff.
And they have been doing some great stuff, and especially this new thing called Devs.
Oh my god, I'm
really
so
good.
excited about it. Like,
looking really
we have
good.
seen 2 parts, right? 2
Yeah,
episodes.
the first 2.
And yeah, guys, it's like, it's worth to watch it. It's at least it promises good things in the first 2 episodes. I hope that they won't fuck it up, because it's like...
Yeah, the good part with that series is that it's written by Alex Garland, who also did Ex Machina and Annihilation. So he's very much into this kind of fucking with your head type thing.
Yeah, I really like that part. So I hope that it will be really good and not ending up with a disappointment like with Altered Carbon second season, because it was such a disappointment that the idea is so great, and this second plot was it's just I don't understand why they had to confuse everything and bring in some stuff that wasn't even necessary there. I don't get it, but the idea and the concept of the series was great. So I think there were a lot of opportunities. And on IMDb, everyone was disappointed too, so it's not only me. I don't know if I said this last week, but it was a big disappointment, so I have to repeat it. Yeah, so I'm sorry.
It's so disappointing you're still talking about it 1 week after.
Exactly, I feel hurt. It's like when I felt hurt when The Matrix 3 came out. I was so disappointed. Like my legend, my favorite movie ever, and then it's like they completely fuck it up with the third part, and some people thought that the second part was also fucked up, but I still think that the second part could have been taken like two separate ways, so I didn't feel that it was so bad. It was just unfolding a few things from the first, but of course the first was the biggest surprise for everyone because it was so new. That
the concept in itself was just awesome. Just to back up a little bit to the daylight savings time, Markus Timo Christian Juntunen says, was it the time change made for longer daylight time? Only positive thing, changing time of it, bars are 1 hour, open 1 hour longer, at least here in Finland. And
okay.
yeah, here's the fucked up thing. There's this thing going around that says that, yeah, it was changed so the farmers would have or align sunrise and sunset for harvest or whatever the fuck the excuse seems to be. But the farmers never looked at the clock and say, now it's time to get up. They get up with the fucking sun. They look in the sky, there's the sun, time to get up. So they don't give a shit about the time, the clock. It was, I think it was, it had some commercial basis at least. I think it was stores or some shit like that kind of instigated or lobbied for this to be implemented. So just completely unnecessary and not needed anymore. Just fucked up.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And Zidoder asks, have I seen Altered Carbon re-sleeved at all? Is that a movie?
Yeah, re-sleeved, I think, is the second season.
So if you refer to the second season, and I didn't know that it's called re-sleeved, yes, I have seen it from start to end, and this is why I'm so disappointed. So, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
or it's
carbon.
not the...
Oh, re-sleeved. No, it's Altered Carbon re-sleeved seems to be kind of an anime type thing.
No, that I haven't seen.
We have not seen those.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. And you neither, I guess.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And this is not Flimbo in the background, by the way, Martin. It's called Fun Tempo, and it's made by Hermit, who is the member of Sidrip Alliance, just so you know. And he is master of Sid as well. He knows a lot about Sid. I think we should play a song. And,
you think?
I think. And now, finally, Lord of Crystallic will get his first song today that he really wanted to hear. Or I don't know how was about the first request, but...
Just an addendum on the daylight savings times. Andrew Kroll on YouTube says it was done to save on gas for the gas street lamps. Yeah.
What an idea, and completely fucking up the world because of that. My God.
Yeah, but that doesn't ring a single bell actually, and I might be wrong, but I have looked this up, the reasons why it was implemented, and I seem to remember something about it being related to commerce in some way, rather than farming or gas lamps or whatever, but I might be wrong. I need to look that up.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting
it's okay.
you.
Yeah, sorry that I intersected as well. So Lord of Crystallic, since he wants to hear the TDG remix of that guy's Zack McCracken, here it comes.
Wave your hand in front of the camera. Closer, closer. And back. Slowly. There we go. Thank you.
Hi.
Autofocus was fucked up because I was there trying to adjust the thingy, mabob.
Thanks for the help. I don't know where you store your music. So that's why
me
it's
either.
necessary. Exactly.
Oh, wow. Apparently that discussion about daylight savings time triggered some sort of discussion on YouTube.
I guess it's like very emotional for everyone and it makes completely no sense. And this is why everyone feels like hurt when we mention this. I feel hurt too.
2
Makes
years
no
into
sense.
World War One, the rationale was to minimize the use of artificial lighting to save fuel for the war effort, says Lala. Something to do with in relation to Germany. Germany introduced the DST in 1916, apparently. So, and Andrew Kroll still says just gas lamps with a smiley.
Right.
So yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I think yeah. I need to look into that because that's still an interesting topic to see how things get fucked up. So in the interest of finding out things that go wrong, as CNC Music Factory so eloquently put it, things that make you go,
Mm-hmm. And Martin says hello, aloha, YouTube, lala. Yeah, it's
YouTube lala.
YouTube, lala. And Tanek asks, are we celebrating Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy's 42-year birthday that happened past Sunday? We didn't think of that,
No,
but
we
happy
didn't.
birthday.
Yeah, I saw that, but kind of forgot.
Take a towel.
Mm-hmm.
Never can hurt.
Yeah. I actually spoke to Douglas Adams on the phone once in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, right. You mentioned that to me.
Yeah, we were holding some sort of event for the company, and he was the speaker for that event.
You should elaborate this because now everyone is curious about this story. So what did you talk about?
But we did not speak about towels.
Okay.
So that there.
That's helpful to know that this is all to know about your conversation with Douglas Adams.
No, I was just working as a programmer and support personnel and IT personnel and you name it. Anything to do with computers basically back then. And I was doing this game that had something to do with the BBC. One of the titles I was working on, I can't remember which one. But in conjunction with that, the boss of the company was organizing this some sort of leadership event or whatever it was,
okay.
and Douglas Adams was part of the panel that was going to speak there. So he called into the office, and lo and behold, a telephone apparently has chips in it, so it means it's IT. So now I am the receptionist as well, and so I spoke to him for a while because my boss was on the phone, so kind of had to pretend to be some sort of
Pretend to be someone.
pause music sort of thing for him. I can't even remember what we talked about, but it wasn't towels at least.
And you can't remember. Unbelievable, you are.
Yeah, it was a fun conversation. That much I do remember.
Yeah, I can totally imagine it. How long it was?
I don't know, 5-7 minutes, something like that.
That is pretty cool. Not many people can tell this about themselves. Why am I yawning? I'm so sorry. I will fall asleep right here in the chair. No, it's not that bad. But before I do that, let's play Chris Willock's request, which is How about Last Ninja Wastelands, Original Sid, or Fast Loaders? And since Fast Loaders is so nice, how about to play the tune featuring Ben Daglish from the album Ninja Musicology?
Ben Daglish.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ben Daglish, give him a big applause.
Mr. Ben Daglish. And Michael Kronsteiner says, I think my activity might be finally repairing my C128D power supply. And I prefer other beer than Corona. Why?
I think I understand.
Yeah, it's not like Corona was a big seller for people that like beer even before this. But who was it? I think it was like Jimmy Kimmel, usually the late night show host, usually has this go out on the street and ask people about stuff.
Mhm.
And one of them, I think it was him at least. One of the questions was that, do you think Corona beer can transmit the virus? And yes, of course, people think that because they're idiots.
Yeah, well, everyone is thinking about everything. I'm not saying that we should make out a panic of this. We just should be prepared that there might be some logistic issues coming with this. But other than that, to be careful is probably rather for the other people's sake, not for your own. For your own as well. Obviously, you don't want to get sick, but most of your immune systems are probably able to handle this. But those that are not that easily handling this, it can be really dangerous for them. So we have to take care of them as well and pay attention to everyone. And this is why it is important. Not because you yourself are frightened of this thing. I'm not, but I certainly don't want to infect anyone.
Yeah, and the secondary problem, of course, is that the rate at which people need hospitalization, and it's not only the elderly and weak that need that. There's plenty of evidence to go around that at least 20% of the infected will need some sort of care in a hospital environment and such, which puts a shit bunch of strain on the whole hospital machinery. And that is the bigger problem, because what happens if you break your leg? Can't
get
go
a
to
stroke.
yeah, exactly.
Needing
Can't go
immediate
to the hospital because
attention.
it's full of Corona people.
Yeah, exactly. So that is an issue. And Puko just came down to ask, what the heck are you
Aren't you
still
done
doing
yet?
here, humans?
Aren't you done yet?
Exactly. You should be done by now. And yeah, we should be done soon. So I still prepared an exit tune. It's a very appropriate one. But yeah, it's make sure that you don't over-worry this thing, but pay attention to others as well, and consider that others can be rather in danger if you carry this thing around. So in case if it's not you who has issues. So yeah, it's this is all that we have to do, I guess, and just stay a bit prepared. And
Yeah, do the garlic thing, keep people at the distance, and
that's an excellent idea in that terms.
And wash your hands, basically.
Yeah. And you know that you can always join our communities with the radio shows, and it's socializing, but you don't have to go out. So it's fantastic. It's the time for those radio shows now.
We do not think there is very little evidence for coronavirus spreading over the internet. So I think we should be fine.
If a virus is spreading over the internet, that is another story. But we experienced that too. So yeah, indeed, it's that's all that we have to know and be prepared for. And let's see what the next days bring for us. But yeah, remote work is a good idea. Probably we all do that right now, and or some of us. And of course, wash hands, like Professor Zelda said.
Yes.
Indeed. And and not recommending drinking alcohol, but they say it's not good for you too. So
yeah, it's but drinking alcohol weakens your immune system, so probably not a good idea.
that is so mean. Like when it's outside, it can kill it, but when it's inside, it cannot kill it anymore. What kind of thing is that? Just mean.
Well, kind of the same as take your stomach acids and smear them all over your face. Probably not a good thing.
Oh. I didn't think of that. Now you are watching too many House episodes, I'm afraid. That animations I don't like when they kind of get to these like core of the problem and they show the inside with the animations. Like no one needs that. Like really don't. I really don't need to see that. I don't think so. But someone apparently did think so that it's a good idea.
It's
anyway,
fun.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Only because of the 3D animation, right?
Yes.
This is why. Okay,
Yes.
I knew that. I so knew that. My God. Anyway, make sure to stay prepared for the show happening in 2 days. So the Roti show, we all will be there. In of course now this year in the watching status, but watching and listening mostly. So I'm very curious about the winners of last year. And Saturday 8 o'clock, make sure you join Remix 64 IRC channel on EFNet to have discussions and let's see what the Scene Set guys do. And also make sure to join Boz Radio if you want to join for more live shows by the evenings, since you can find their schedule on the page as usual /schedule, bozradio.com/schedule. And of course you can always meet Kizzy Konezi Duder, Wenchi in cooperation with Kizzy Koni, Bry, Guy with a mic, Cactus, and Boz personally with the Ham Show happening on every Wednesday. So make sure you don't miss it, or if you just want to hang around a nice community and don't go out to pubs, this is your occasion to do that. So we arrived to the age of virtual pubs and radio shows. That's the way of socializing that we will do from now on. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully this will last like for a short time and then you can just go out and have real fun or something. But yes, basically that's it for today, and we will see each other in 2 days on the airwaves of Slay Radio and Scene Set. And yeah, take care and try to travel and go out only when you really need to do that. And take care of others as well. And I have picked a very appropriate goodbye song for today.
What did you know?
It's Thomas Dietert and Crown, obviously, because, well, what else? Corona, if some of your languages don't know, Corona is originally Crown. So, and I love this lovely tune. It was done, in 2000-ish?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, very early on. It's one of the earliest remixes. I remember my first batch. So, Thomas Dietert, never can go wrong. And we thank you for your attention today and all your requests and tips. And yeah, make sure to stay creative and stay busy, because that's the most important, I guess. So don't get bored if you stay at home. Make sure that you have all the activities you need. And wish you a very good night and sweet dreams. And hopefully Slaygon will be able to pay attention and say goodbye for just a second.
He will. He was busy waiting for you to finish your thought.
Do you want to say I talk too much? Oh my God.
No, it's fine.
It never happens.
It's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and of course see you next week, and until then, take care and wash your hands, as Professor Zelda says.
Indeed, and see you in 2 days as well. And yeah.
Oh yeah, so of course on Saturday. Duh.
I already told that, but you
Yes,
didn't pay attention. Never
I know,
mind.
I did pay attention.
Yeah, okay then. Okay. So see you everyone. Goodbye. Have a good night and see you very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, right. We're on the topmost
Oh,
camera
bye.
behind you. Sorry. Sorry, my bad.
It matters actually, so I can wave to this camera. It will look a bit stupid. Never mind. So see you. Goodbye. Good night.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Commodore 64, Commodore 64,
8-bit, no shit.
Slay Radio.